Hello, welcome or welcome back. It's good to see you. This is a timeless collective reading for whoever needs to hear it. So if the message resonates or you find it helpful, then it's for you. And if not, just leave it for somebody else or return to it at a later time. I am filming this on July 10th, 2025, which is the full moon in Capricorn, also known as the buck moon. So this full moon energy is very present, it is alive, it is here and influencing this reading in a big way. There's a personal synchronicity happening for me with this moon because Buck was the nickname that I had for my grandpa, and he was a Capricorn. So I feel like the universe is just gently nudging me to reflect on memories I have with him, his life, his legacy, his wisdom, etc. And I also feel like that is part of, there's a spider I'm just noticing on my wall over there. I'm very afraid of spiders, but I'm going to take it as a sign. So spider energy is also here for us. I also feel like this nudge to connect with my grandpa, who has passed on, it's part of a much bigger unfolding happening within the collective right now. I have been noticing these big themes around nostalgia coming up within the last week or so for many, many different people and collectives. So you might be finding that your past is coming up in some really significant, unavoidable way. Your past is being highlighted, and with that, there's this asking for deep reflection and reintegration. This might be something that's pleasant for you or very uncomfortable, or maybe both. So this full moon energy is really interesting because usually full moon energy to me just feels like chaos. It's very ungrounding and kind of uncomfortable. And I do feel that underlying energy here of this kind of emotional unease that I usually feel with full moon energy. But on top of that, there's almost new moon energy. This is almost like a full moon, new moon hybrid, because there's so much of the past that's coming up to be revisited, and this urging I feel for all of us to be reflecting, like deep in reflection on our past so that we can learn more about who we are now and what we want to create moving forward. Oh, that spider. Okay. So this could be showing up in a lot of different ways for you. I just thought I'd throw that out there. And some of you might also be called to connect with your ancestors at this time. You might be having very vivid dreams. I know I've been having vivid dreams. I mean, I always do, but last couple nights they've been really, really particularly vivid. I think spiders are also associated with dream time. Okay, I haven't pulled any cards yet. Let's go ahead and jump right in together. I'm just using the classic Rider-Waite-Smith. What is the collective moving through right now? I did see the Death card as I was pre-shuffling. I did not take it, but I did see the Death card. What energy or experience is the collective moving through right now, Spirit? Nine of Cups. Clarify the Nine of Cups. Well, you've accomplished something. Spirit is definitely highlighting the fact that you've accomplished something and you're feeling accomplished. I often hear with the Nine of Cups, you have all your ducks in a row. So you might, on some level, you might be feeling that. This is the wish fulfillment card. You are getting what you want in some way. Page of Pentacles. Well, something is starting to take root in your life. It's like, this is the energy of reward. Both of these cards together individually and also collectively, or in tandem, I feel like they're about this energy of reward. Like you're feeling like something you want, something you desire is starting to take root in your life in a very real, physical, tangible way. The Page of Pentacles can be about learning something new, investing your energy in something new. All pages are about student energy, so you might literally be learning something new, or just feeling like you're really grounded in that which you want to be investing your energy in, and that experience is creating this wish fulfillment. So this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Tell me just a little bit more about what the collective is moving through, and then we'll look at your general energy. Temperance. Okay. Temperance is about finding your own way, being very, very patient with yourself as you create your own way, because your way and your path is yours alone. There is no path outside of you that is pre-existing, that is yours. You are here to create your own path because you are your path, right? So this is about, finding your way over time, being very patient with yourself, and blending potentially disparate or opposite energies to create something new. It's kind of reminding me of what I said with this new moon, full moon combo energy happening, even though it is the full moon for sure. You see how the angel is kind of blending these two different energies together. So you might be blending two different things together, literally, physically, or energetically, metaphorically. Take it how it resonates. Maybe we're all blending together the full moon and the new moon energy, finding that we're really being called to reflect and take action, kind of back and forth, not really get locked in to one energy or the other, but to really be flexible. I feel like it's important to be very flexible right now. Some of you might be called to work with angel energy. So the Temperance card is the major arcana card we have here. So this is like the big picture theme happening here. Temperance also can feel sometimes, to me, it can represent the experience of feeling like you're drowning emotionally. So you might be experiencing big waves of emotions too. But those big waves of emotions are part of how you find balance. They're part of how you find your center. Being willing to move through big waves of emotions is how you alchemize them, right? It's how you integrate them. This is also the card of healing. Healing over time. Being willing to take your time and not pushing yourself to try to heal everything all at once or overnight, right? This angel energy brings a lot of compassion with it. So this is interesting. There is a blend of energies here. It's like on one hand, you're getting something that you want. Something real is manifesting in your life. Some form of abundance is taking root and you're feeling really, really good about it. And also, you're moving through like deep, well, some of you might be in emotional turmoil. Some of you might be in emotional turmoil, but at the very least, it's like these almost ancient waves of emotions rising that you're healing. This is such a beautiful, nuanced energy. Show me the collective's general energy right now. Just tell me. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can cover them up here. The Devil. Ooh. And you know what? When right before Temperance came out, I was looking at that Nine of Cups, and my eye was just drawn to the curtain on the tablecloth here. And I had the thought, what's behind the curtain? There's something behind the curtain here. There's another layer. Yes, wish fulfillment is happening. And also, what's behind the curtain? the Devil. Well, this is part of two things. This is part of two things happening at once with the Temperance card. Getting what you want, old energy arising to be cleared so you can get more of what you want. It's the lemniscat, right? What is this shadow? What is this shadow arising within the collective? Tell me more about this Devil card. Four of Cups. I'm hearing the word reticence. I think that means hesitation. 1044 on the timer. But I heard reticence. One more. What is this Four of Cups? Three of Swords. I can't remember if it was Pisces or Scorpio. One of those collective readings that I just did, there's kind of an echo of that here. I think it was the Pisces reading. Yeah, it was the Pisces reading. Because Pisces is stepping into this soul level, heart level, divine union with someone or something. That which is not a match to divine union within themselves is arising to be cleared. So it's again this kind of duality of getting what you want and also feeling incredibly uncomfortable because everything that's no longer a match to you is arising. Or everything that can't come with you is arising because you're getting what you want. This is the same kind of storyline, but in a bigger picture way that I'm picking up on here. Okay. This energy within you that is often suppressed is now no longer being suppressed, which is ultimately a good thing. But it's uncomfortable. So this is what is arising within you right now. Heartache. Playing out old patterns associated with heartache because it was never fully resolved, right? The heartache makes you, just like in the Four of Cups here, the heartache makes you want to pull back or disconnect. Brings up a lot of fear, brings up a lot of hesitation. I do feel, I feel that really strongly in my diaphragm, this feeling of self-doubt. You pull back because you have self-doubt in these moments. This old pain shows up as you questioning yourself, being unsure when normally you would feel quite sure or confident. Putting something off, putting something off. You're also being asked to practice holding, how do I say this? Practice engaging more deeply with this idea of cognitive dissonance, which means two seemingly opposite truths can both be true at once. That's definitely coming up here. Two things that seem opposite can actually be true at once. It's a very uncomfortable space to be in, but I feel like you're being asked to practice that in some way. So this is definitely tied to reflections from the past, nostalgia, etc., or your past being kind of kicked up in an unavoidable way, because the Three of Swords is the memory of pain. It's never really, in my opinion, the way I read it, it's never really speaking to present pain. It is speaking to the memory of pain, because the swords are your thoughts, which are piercing your own heart. So this is something that you're ready to clear, that you're ready to work with, that you're ready to reframe or heal. I'm hearing finding a new modality of working with your flares, your flares or your flare-ups, pain points, right? Finding a new way, maybe approaching healing in a way you never have before, or trying to take multiple healing modalities and blend them together, rather than just saying, okay, this, this one way has to work for me, or it doesn't work for me at all. No, maybe it works for, maybe this one aspect of something works for you in conjunction with this other aspect of another healing modality, right? And you can apply that to anything in life, not just healing. It's part of, temperance. Again, creating your own way. You can create your own healing way. What's the advice for the collective at this time? Let's just go right into advice. I have an oracle deck here I haven't even pulled from. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, completely forgot. Okay. Tell me more about what's going on within the collective or for the collective, whatever you want to say, Spirit. What else do I need to know about the collective right now? Ancestors. And it's a graveyard. So, some of you, like me, are being guided to connect with your ancestors in order to assist in your healing. There's some kind of wisdom that maybe an individual ancestor holds that will help you, an energy or a wisdom that they hold that will help you alchemize this old pain that's rising to the surface. Okay. Maybe some of you, this is just an intuitive hit, maybe some of you feel called to visit a cemetery or a graveyard, or you might find peace in going to one, even if you're just walking through it. There's something, this is that new moon energy. There's something like very about silence, about peace, about inviting in more space to be reflective. And of course, if you don't feel guided to literally connect with an ancestor, ancestor could represent an old part of yourself. Or I should say an old version of yourself. You are your own ancestor. I think I gave a reading actually that I titled that like a year ago. You are your own ancestor. Yeah. I'm almost positive that I did. Some of you that have been with me for a really long time might even remember that. So let's consider it that way. If you are your own ancestor, what can you learn from your past self? And what can your past self learn from you? 1919. Between. It's literally the Temperance card. This is cognitive dissonance. This is full moon, new moon energy. This is getting what you want and wish fulfillment while also experiencing emotional turmoil. Okay, this is the in-between. This is so fascinating. And it's the moon. It's like, it's half, right? Half full, half new. Wow. Wow. Connecting with your ancestors is also about, you know, crossing that veil, right? Being in that space where the veil is thin. And reflecting on memories is also kind of like stepping into that space as well, bringing the past to life in that way so that you can learn from it. It's a liminal activity, a liminal space within yourself. So this in between, it for most people, however it's manifesting for you, I just feel guided to say, for most people, being in the in between in any capacity is really, really uncomfy. You know, human beings like to have things in black and white and very concrete. It makes us feel like we're in control. But the magic of the liminal, the magic of the in-between, the magic of finding your own way, of creating your own way rather than trying to find your way, it's priceless. The magic, the healing, the expansion that can come out of this liminal in-between space, it's priceless if you can, you know, sink into it and not try to hop out of it. Let's go into advice. What am I getting? Something's just channeling through here. Yeah, well, I am seeing the Six of Swords in my mind's eye, which is people on a boat in transition. Transition is the in-between. What's the advice? Ooh, that's exciting. Knight of Wands for the advice. Tell me more. Take action on what? The world. The Knight of Wands is saying, do not hesitate. Do not hesitate to take inspired action today towards creating resolution relative to your past so you can wrap up that cycle of life or the cycle of healing and move on into the Fool. Move on into whatever is being established for you with this Page of Pentacles. Again, this is Page of Pentacles is something taking root in your life, something new that is of the energy of abundance and wish fulfillment, something incredible. Incredible is growing in your life. You're giving yourself to something new, and it's starting to return energy to you. And it's beautiful, and it's aligned, and it's expansive and abundant, and you really want to keep on feeding your energy to this new endeavor, however it's showing up for you. In order to keep on doing that, to keep growing this single pentacle into ultimately the Ten of Pentacles, Spirit is saying now is the time to take action on wrapping something up from the past. You know, the World card is integration and wholeness and completion in the biggest way possible. So what action and reflection is it potentially a form of action? What action can you take today to bring yourself closer to a sense of resolution and wholeness relative to the pain of the past? Whatever your Three of Swords is, because it's going to be different for each of you. Ah, oh my God, look. Look what just fell out. Oh my gosh. I love tarot. Because this is what you're trying to do. This is what you are in transition, moving into a new cycle And the best way you can support yourself is by alchemizing heaviness from the past so that you can not be weighed down by it, right? Let's get a little oracle card here. And the Knight of Wands, you know, this is fire energy. This is bold action, no hesitation. What are you inspired to do to create more wholeness within yourself today? Advice for the collective? Balance. Temperance. Well, I'm hearing something about finding a way of balancing for yourself in this in-between space and practicing this form of balance until it doesn't feel like you're balancing anymore. Going back to temperance, you know, it's about finding the middle way. The middle way almost being like, it's to find that middle way, which is your way of balance. It feels like you're walking a tightrope, just like this bird on the barbed wire. It feels like you're walking a tightrope at first, but the more you practice the middle way, your way, the more used to it you get. The more you practice holding cognitive dissonance, the easier it gets, until eventually what felt like a balancing act for a very long time now feels like normal. Even better than that, it feels like freedom. I'm hearing it's tricky, it can be tricky at first, but practice, practice, practice. Structure. Practice. that is, I mean, practice is a form of structure, isn't it? And then rise at the bottom of the deck. Rise up like the sun. You will rise again into a new cycle because you're closing out an old one. It's inevitable, right? This is also more, you know, there's the sun in the distance here. I assume this is a sunrise, and that correlates to this Knight of Wands energy. Working with the element of fire could be very helpful. But yeah, I feel like that structure card is just reaffirming what I was saying about practice. Whatever you want to get good at, practice. 8 of Pentacles, right? You've got to just do it daily over and over and over again. And then that balancing act won't feel like a balancing act at all anymore, eventually. So what do you want to practice? How can you practice balance today without expecting yourself to be like spontaneously healed overnight, right? Okay, let's get some journal prompts from my journal prompt deck. These journal prompts, along with a few others, will be in the description box. They'll help you to process everything and take your inner work a little bit deeper. There will also be a link to my website where you can buy this deck for yourself if you're interested. Journal prompts for the collective. How would you spend your time if you knew that your desire would manifest in exactly 1 week? So if you knew for a fact that what you wanted was coming, it's all, in a way, it's already here. You've got the 9 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. This is beautiful. Wish fulfillment blooming. You're already starting to see the tangible effects of your investment in your desire. You can see it, it's coming, right? And you're feeling really good about it on one level, even though there's all this other stuff going on. So this is kind of an invitation, I feel, to double down on that which is working. Notice how you are moving towards what you want. And to amplify that, how would you spend your time if you knew you would get exactly what you wanted in just 1 week? Can you give yourself permission to do those things today? To feel those emotions today? What do you love the most about being alive? Connecting with joy. And in what ways are you already who you want to be? Beautiful. Maybe these questions are questions you could pose to your past self as well. If you consider the Ancestor card to be representing a past version of yourself, and you connect with your past self to learn from them, and so that they can learn from their future self, which is you now, maybe these are questions that you could pose back and forth to each other. So see where those questions take you. Let's get a closing message now from my brand new favorite oracle deck, Earth and Bone Oracle by Syrian Shadow. All right, closing message for the collective on this full moon in Capricorn. What an interesting energy. I'm hearing you are establishing your desire. Hold the course, or okay, now I'm seeing, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Master and Commander. It's one of my favorite movies ever. Oh my gosh. But there's a scene in Master and Commander where one of the sailors has hold fast on his knuckles, and he goes like this. I'm seeing that too, like hold fast, because you're establishing what you want. You must be patient. Closing message for the collective. Crossed. Number 13, which is the Death card. And I did see the Death card when I was pre-shuffling the deck before I recorded. Choices, searching for purpose and daydreaming. Let's see what the guidebook says. All right. Shed the past and sever the ties. Whoop. Sever the ties to any obligation of fulfilling others' expectations. Choose your spiritual path and follow a daily spiritual practice for clear answers. Stay out of harm's way by displaying courage, strength, calmness, and confidence. Trust what feels good and follow the path of light. What comes easy is right. What feels like a struggle or is consistently burdening must go. Let go of any people or projects that are constantly posing problems and are too difficult. What is meant for you will come easily. I feel like this is associated with that Knight of Wands energy, like not just any action, but inspired action, the action that you're genuinely lit up to be taking for yourself right now. What is meant for you will come easily. Be willing to flow more freely and attract more blessings. If you feel you have to jump through too many hoops, it's not for you. Meditate to gain clarity and connect with spirit for guidance. Make this connection a daily practice. Practice! Leave behind old habits that cause low vibrations. Consider what serves you by what you love to do and do it unapologetically. Let go of how you want to be perceived in this world. Trust your instincts. Dedicating to your spiritual practice will unveil part of your life path. Shed any burdens or feelings of obligations. Your life path is a spiritual one. Some relationships might be holding you back from doing what's right for your soul. Shed past beliefs or relationships that do not serve you. You're being called to choose a new direction, Page of Pentacles, that sets you free and clears your path to abundance. Affirmation, I'm acting on inspiration and insights. I move through life with ease and grace. There you have it. All right. Thank you for letting me read for you and bearing with me as I navigate this in-between energy. This was so much fun. I appreciate all of you so very much. All the links and the journal prompts will be in the description box again, so be sure to check them out. And I'll see you again soon. Happy full moon.